Hey everyone, what is going on? So we're taking a look at another meta guide for Season 7. This is going to be the Ultra League, so the Open Ultra League. I will be doing a Premier Cup as well for the Ultra League, but this time we're looking at the Open one. And yeah, we have quite a few additions maybe with XL candies if you happen to get them. Some of them still going to be very difficult to have, so you may run across some of these Pokemon, or you may not yet, just because people still have to gather the XL candies for them. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. We'll take a look at the S tier. Reggie Steele still highly ranked at the top of the list. Still a great Pokemon, especially if you XL it to get to 2500, close to 2500. Definitely a solid Pokemon. I mean, we all know it's a great Pokemon. Even with the nerf that they did a while ago, it's still a great Pokemon, especially for the Ultra League because it's so tanky and just can take hits for days, right? So then we have Cresselia. Not a surprise that Cresselia makes the S tier, even with the nerf to Moonblast, 10% debuff chance instead of 30%, which happened a couple seasons ago, but still a great Pokemon. Definitely one that I do recommend investing in. It's totally worth the investment, but I do recommend going with Grass Knot on this one for the water types as well as Moonblast. So we could only get one Grass Knot Cresselia, so you might want to Elite TM this one if you kept the other one for the Great League. So you kind of want one for each league. I know. A new addition, Talonflame. Going to be huge. It's ranked number 3 on PvPoke.com. Talonflame with that Incinerate, Flame Charge, and Brave Bird. It basically hits everything for either super effective or neutral, right? It's going to be super effective against like the steel types such as Reggie Steele. Not only that, but it's resisting both of Reggie Steele's moves. Going to be neutral to Pokemon like Giratina with Brave Bird, but Brave Bird does a lot of damage. Same with Umbreon. Strong against Galarian Stunfisk if people happen to have an XL one. It's just such a good Pokemon. I mean, Brave Bird is so good, right? It's going to be neutral to its counters like water type uses. But you do need it maxed out. You want a perfect, and you want it maxed out. If you don't have a perfect, you could Best Buddy one to get it up there. I think you want a 13, 15, 15. Double check that with Best Buddied. But again, it has to be fully maxed out with XL Candy. Now that shouldn't be too difficult to get because we did have a community day for it. So I personally have, I got 3 perfects that day. So I don't know. I personally have it. Plus I have enough XL Candy. So hopefully you guys do as well. But it's going to be expensive in terms of Stardust, but that's about it. So it's definitely a great Pokemon, so I totally recommend it. Definitely try it out for the Open Ultra League. Definitely highly ranked. I think it's going to be everywhere. I really do. Then we have Galarian Stunfisk. Again, we recently started to be able to acquire some XL candies for this one. So not everybody probably has this. I've battled a couple of them, in my GBL career so far, but most people don't have it. So until people start to get it, you probably won't see it. Giratina Altered, always a good Pokemon. Just such a solid pick. It's been good since the very beginning, since before Go Battle League came out. It's always been good for the Ultra League. Super tanky. It does have quite a few counters, so it's not invincible, but it's such a good one. Even with the nerf to Ancient Power that they attempted to hinder Giratina, it's still a great Pokemon. Then we have Umbreon. So with Umbreon, you do want a perfect. Unfortunately, I don't have one, but you also want it Best Buddied as well. So, it's definitely another super tank, so I totally recommend it if you're able to have enough XL Candy. Eevee is very common around where I live, at least it used to be last season, so I did get enough. I also found a nest. So I have one. It's not a perfect, but it's still really good. So I did max mine out, so I might try it as well. So moving on to the Atf Manda Buzz, another super tank, so definitely a solid pick. Can wall a lot of Pokemon, can beat Pokemon such as Giratina, which is going to be really big, can take hits that it's even weak to, just because, as I said, it's such a tank like Umbreon. So again, it needs to be XL'd, so there's that, but such a good Pokemon. So then we have Swampert or Shadow Swampert, and another fantastic pick. Totally recommend considering this one. Obviously, it's, I do recommend Earthquake so it could hit Giratina, and it could actually beat Giratina Depending on how Giratina shields, like maybe if you shield bait or if they don't shield the Earthquake, it can actually beat Giratina because Earthquake does like 50% to it. So it's actually pretty crazy. Abomasnow is another really good one with an XL version. You definitely wanted XL'd. Now, we did have a Spotlight Hour for Snova, so if you did get enough XLs, more power to you. I did, and I have a rank, I think a rank rank 10? I don't know. I have a good one. So I'm definitely going to probably try this out. Another solid pick going to be Articuno. Again, with Abomasnow and Articuno, we have Talonflame now. So Talonflame is going to be doing well against those Pokemon because fire is super effective. So there's that to consider, but Articuno is definitely a great pick. Next up, we have Btf Polytoad. Definitely needed XL'd. Unfortunately, guys, I'm just letting you know. You do need it XL'd. Some of these Pokemon are going to be expensive. It's great with Weather Ball in the Great League, and it's definitely great in the Ultra League. I've battled some last season myself in the Ultra League, so a great pick. So if you have the XL candy, I don't, so I'm not going to be using it. But if you do, it's a great pick. Lapis is another great Pokemon. You don't need it XL'd, so there's that. But a great Pokemon to use. Definitely pretty bulky, obviously super effective against popular Pokemon such as Giratina and also Talonflame as well. Although Talonflame is dishing out neutral damage to it, obviously Surf going to be doing quite a bit to Talonflame as well. So then we have Berserker, definitely really fast. I do consider this Pokemon the Sableye of the Ultra League, so it's a really solid pick. Yeah, I actually don't even have one. I think you want a perfect. Best buddied, XL'd, honestly. You wanted XL'd. Not fully, but you definitely wanted XL'd. Escavalier is another great pick, but again, it does have to watch out for Talonflame. It basically only had to watch out for Charizard, but now it has to watch out for Talonflame, so definitely want to maybe consider that one, but it's going to be pretty interesting now. I think Talonflame is going to be super common, I really do. So then we have Obstagoon, another great, well, it's not a fighting type, but like it has counters, so it's a great Pokemon. Doing well against Giratina, another counter to Giratina with Night Slash. So really good pick. It's also a good answer to like Umbreon. So yeah, really a good Pokemon, honestly. Good against Reggie Steele, though you do have to watch out for Focus Blast, but good against Cresselia because of Night Slash, although again, have to watch out for Moon Blast, but you know what I'm saying, good against Stunfisk too, but anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the other options. We do have Steelix. This is one that you probably need to excel slightly, as well as maybe Best Buddy it. If you excel it enough, I don't think you need to Best Buddy it, but pretty interesting pick. Ferrothorn is another XL Pokemon. So I think this one could be really good as a grass type because we don't have many grass types in the Open Ultra League that we really use. You don't see Venusaur, right? Because it's walled by like Giratina. We don't see Meganium, although I do think Meganium could be pretty good. But Shiftry is obviously the other grass type, which is probably the best grass type in Open Ultra. But yeah. Anyway, Regirock is another solid pick. You could consider running Reggie Steele a little bit better, but Regirock, could have some play. Then we have Clefable as a charm user, going to be doing well against Giratina, of course, against the dark types like Manda Buzz and Umbreon. So, yeah. That's a solid team. Then we have Alolan Ninetales. XL Alolan Ninetales. You definitely wanted XL'd. So definitely a good pick. Giratina Origin Form. So this Pokemon I do think is good. But it's not as good as the other altered form Giratina. So you do have to keep that in mind. But I do think it's pretty good. Then I already talked about Shiftry. We have Gengar as well. Gengar is really fast Pokemon. I do recommend Shadow Punch and Sludge Bomb. It does charge up pretty fast. Obviously, you want to be able to hit everything. You don't want to be walled like something with Snorlax, with Shadow Ball. So, Sludge Bomb, I do think, is the way to go. Then we have Armored Mewtwo. I think Armored Mewtwo is great. I don't think it's as good as it used to be. But it is a good Pokemon. So, you could consider that. XL Skarmory is another great one. Maybe this belongs in a higher tier because I do think XL Skarmory is actually pretty good. So maybe in the B tier or something. I think it's a really good Pokemon. Really tanky too. Pretty tanky, I think, right? Then we have Machamp or Shadow Machamp, another fighting type. And then we have Snorlax, which is always a great safe swap. Although we do have quite a bit of fighting types, or counter users, I should say. So it's still a good Pokemon, though. Snorlax is always a great general Pokemon. But for the solid team options. So for the solid team options, the first team is a team I've been running for multiple seasons. Whenever I jump into the Open Ultra League, it was suggested to me by Jokes. Now, this team I do like, and it has been doing well for me, you know, in the past. But now with Talonflame, I don't know. I don't know now with Talonflame, but we do have Articuno, Escavalier, and Giratina. Again, Talonflame is going to destroy Escavalier and, you know, do quite a bit of damage, do a lot to that Articuno. Unless if you're running Ancient Power, maybe Articuno can fight back. But definitely going to be tough. Yeah, definitely going to be tough. And then we have the next team going to be Talonflame, Cresselia, and Swampert. So a team I kind of came up with. I think it's a pretty good team. Talonflame, as I said, going to be really good. I think it's going to be really good as a lead Pokemon. If you win the lead, great. You get ahead on energy with Incinerate. If you lose the lead, you could swap out, but into like a bulky Pokemon, which I think is like safe swap. Pretty much Cresselia is a pretty good safe swap, right? You know, and then you have Swampert obviously in the back as well because it's strong against Galarian Stunfisk, and so is Talonflame, believe it or not. But Talonflame also takes a lot of damage from Rock Slide, so Swampert will be able to cover the Rock types should you run into any, although I don't think that will be too much of a problem, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's a really good team. I actually want to try this team myself, this middle team. And then the final team I have is Reggie Steele as the lead, and then Double Dark in the back with Umbreon and Manda Buzz. So 2 XL Pokemon. They do have to be XL'd. And they're pretty much tanks. They're really good tanks. This whole team is a tanky team. I think it's a great team. A couple things you have to watch out for. Obviously, if they have a Charmander in the back, that's why I have Reggie Steele in the lead. You can lure it out with like Umbreon or Manda Buzz, whichever one you want to switch into, depending on the opponent's lead. You lure out the fighting type should they have one, or the Charmander. But at the same time, Reggie Steele is also weak to fighting. So you have Reggie Steele and Umbreon, which are weak to fighting, and then Manda Buzz, which is neutral to it. But Manda Buzz does have flying types as well. So pretty interesting team. I do think these are pretty interesting teams. As I said, I'm definitely looking forward to trying out the middle team myself. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what Pokemon you plan on going with, and let me know if there's others on this list that you want to use. Yeah, and I'll see you all in the next one. I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.